Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Daniel, aka HashLips. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to continue looking at some updates of this art engine. And also, I've got an exciting announcement, so stick till the end to find out. Let's go. So the last time we spoke about the generation, the fact that we can now have analytics on it and see what traits were used and which ones were not, and all sorts of wonderful stuff. If you do not know what I'm talking about, go and watch the previous videos. Today, I would love to focus on the actual metadata. So I'm going to head over. Firstly, let's make these generations, maybe 10 of them, and let's generate this. I'm just going to sign and have this make us 10 basic images, right? And the new thing that I want to show off is, firstly, you can see that these fields look different. I made it all dynamic so I can easily add and take away functionality. But what I want to focus on is the export section. There's a lot of settings that we can set here. And previously I showed you the Ethereum and Solana options. But now you can actually add some custom metadata as well. And also on top of that, you can play around with putting in the ID and traits right into these inputs. What do I mean by that? Well, in order to show you, I've just rendered these images as well as the metadata. And let's take a look at the Ethereum metadata. I'm going to open the file. So as you can see here where it says name, I hope this is clear, but it says #0. And if I go to the next file, it says #1 over there. And then 2, 3, 4. This is known as its ID, right? But you can now use this wherever you use it, it will replace it with the ID. And the same goes for these trait types. Okay, so you can actually use background in your description. So for example, currently our description is empty. Okay, so I'm going to close this down and I'm going to head over to JSON formatter just so that I can show you over here a bit better. Here I'm actually going to grab this description and you can see that we say description for ID, curly brackets, ID in the middle. This will be replaced. Token with background trade-off, and then I pass in background, that key that I spoke about. So I'm going to copy this and head over back to my app. And then in the description, I'm just going to put that in there. So now if I go ahead and render, hopefully we should see that we get the metadata and then the metadata replaced the ID as well as that trait. If we're going to open it up, you can see that description for ID 0, token with background navy blue, and this was the navy blue background. And you can do this with any trait and also the ID. So that's pretty cool because you can see it's now more dynamic. Maybe you have some sort of tribe, which I know Altio from our community has in his NFTs. And so you can actually display that in the individual descriptions. And the same goes for this URL as well. So for example, if you had a website that you wanted your NFT to point to, you can actually add that ID and it can actually point to that individual ID. The only field that does not do this is the metadata URI prefix. This just allows you to enter basically the IPFS or Arweave link where your images are stored. It doesn't have to be decentral, but whatever that link is, it's going to append that key with the format if it's an image or a GIF. Currently, the engine just supports images. Now, going down, we get to say we want Solana metadata. And so in here, you'll add your long address and your sellers fee. And if we just go ahead and render this now, we should get Ethereum as well as Solana metadata. So we can open this up. And there we go. And previously I mentioned that there's various formats. I spoke to Jax from the HashLips community and he was kind enough to tell me about a general format that could work for all platforms. And this is it. This is what he is recommending. So we're going to try this out and see how that goes. It's mainly because different marketplaces use different attributes in your metadata. However, you've noticed that you could only set one address. Now, what if you were working in a team and you wanted more addresses over here? How would you do that, right? The platform doesn't allow you to just add these addresses right in here. So what you can then do is you can include some custom metadata. So this is very, very powerful. Firstly, you can actually replace existing fields that are there. And also, it also does that ID overriding factor, that replacing the ID and replacing the traits. For example, if I now go here and I copy this JSON, which has the description and another key, my name is Daniel. If I go ahead and go and paste that in here, and I just simply render, we should be able to override the description and add this new key. So let's check that out. And this goes for both formats. So we can see there's the new key and the description was overridden. So with this feature, what we can then do is say, hey, well, for our properties, we actually want to just replace this whole section and add a new address and give it 50-50% of shares. And so if we do that, we can just simply add this piece to our JSON. And if we render this, we should now be able to have both addresses in there. So truly making it custom metadata. This also means that if you want to override everything and you want to actually structure the metadata to fit different chains and so forth, you can now do that. So that is insanely cool. And I think it's a valuable feature that I had to add, especially because there are so many requests from you guys from doing different metadata. So hopefully this will help you out. Now, for the big announcement before I end this video. So I've been looking at your comments and it's very clear that everyone wants to start using the app. I mean, come on, this is pretty cool. And I get that. Although it's not perfect and I cannot guarantee that the data is going to be great, right? Because I'm busy developing on it and I only have weekends to work on this. So for me, it will take a while to perfect this, but that doesn't mean that I cannot release it like I did with the HashLips Art Engine 1 back in the day and have people use it and improve it as we go along. So therefore, I decided that we are going to do a soft alpha release next week, Sunday, on a Twitter space that I'm going to have. So if you want to start using the app in a way to build your layers, and if you want to go ahead and try the generation without any guarantees, then be my guest. Come and join us on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And that's the announcement, because I feel like, being in this space for this long and, building tools and so forth, it's always exciting when you get more feedback. I'm only one person and I can only test this much, but with the community using a tool, testing things and giving feedback, really helps me improve it. That being said, I really hope you are as excited as I am to give this a test run. All right, this is the end of the video. Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. And as always, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And also let me know if you're excited for next week. I hope you have a beautiful day and cheers for now.